Hello one and all, me David from One Up Gaming. Gonna have a quick go at Ridge Racer 6 for the Xbox 360, running on the backwards compatible Xbox Series X. I'm gonna just play through the game, 20 minutes, half an hour each time, saving and moving on and seeing how far I can get through this game. So let's take it away and have a look at some of the old Ridge Racers, which is one of my all-time favourites. I even have a tattoo on my right arm.
2 laps to go!
So, Ridge Racer, the original, was developed, released in 1993. It was the first entry in the series. It was originally released in arcades running on the Namco System 22 arcade board. A PlayStation conversion was released in 1994 and 1995 as a launch title for the PlayStation console. So 94 for Japan and 95 for, I'd have a guess, for the US and the European markets. 2 other versions of the game were released for the arcades. One was called Ridge Racer Full Scale, which this game featured a full-size replica. It says Unos Roadster, but for us in the UK it was the Mazda MX-5 that you sat in the seat and you controlled the game. And there was also a Ridge Racer 3-screen edition, which used 3 different monitors to provide a peripheral vision effect, similar to Namco's earlier game Driver's Eyes in 1991. A Japanese mobile phone version of the game was released also in 2000. As we're just going to be going through the home console Ridge Racer games, we're going to skip Ridge Racer 2 and we're going to go straight on to Ridge Racer Revolution, which was released in 1995 for the original PlayStation. It's basically a modified version of Ridge Racer 2. It's got 3 completely new and different tracks than the arcade and the original game. It's got new music, additional vehicles and a multiplayer via the PlayStation Link cable. This game, looking back at it now, it's probably more like what you'd call like a DLC sort of pack, where it kept the fundamentals of the original game and just added more to the new version.
They're right behind you! Right behind you! Great work!
So next up we have Ridge Racer, which was released for the original PlayStation in 1996, alongside the introduction of series mascot, and I apologise for this, Reiko Nagase? I don't know, Reiko? Don't know. It featured customizable cars and a new retires rule, so if you don't get third or better after a couple of tries, it's basically game over. Both of which have become prominent throughout the franchise. It also featured a more gritty and darker graphical style, a departure from the series' more colourful art style from the original set of 2 games. So now we come to what some people call R4 Ridge Racer Type 4, or in Europe it was just Ridge Racer Type 4. This was released in 1998 on the original PlayStation. It marks the debut of racing teams, which has now become a core aspect of all games to follow, and is the first in the series to use Gorad shading for its graphics. Multiplayer modes were also present, being displayed in split screen orientation. In 2018 it was re-released as one of the built-in games on the PlayStation Classic mini console. Now, a lot of people will say that Ridge Racer Type 4 is the best Ridge Racer. I'm tossed between, I loved Ridge Racer, I loved Ridge Racer Type 4, and I love Ridge Racer 6. So that's where my theories are in them.
It's a new record. Okay, this is fine. Keep your cool.
The race is about to start. We're bringing you this race today, live from Parktown. We're in for some serious racing action today.
And now we're back to the big boys, the Ridge Racer 5. This was released in 2000 as a launch title for the PlayStation 2. An arcade version was released a year later, subtitled Arcade Battle. The original Ridge Racers game freeform structure is instead replaced with the Grand Prix style races that are found in Ridge Racer Type 4.
What's this? Looks like someone got too close for popcorn. That was tight. Check him out. Come on, come on. We've got the perfect weather conditions for a Grand Prix today. That was tight. Check him out.
Welcome to the new Ridge universe that spreads across the horizons of X. Your mission, explore and discover the many prizes hidden throughout the Ridge universe. In the Ridge universe, races are spread along routes. Races become more difficult as you go up, and machine classes are higher as you go right. The various race icons represent the rule set for each race. Choose the route to play by selecting the races that form the route. After selecting each race, you will be shown the races that can be selected next. New machines and prizes are unlocked upon completing all routes that surround an area. Welcome to the new Ridge universe. The universe awaits you.
So, probably my favourite in the series, give or take depending on the day and how I feel that morning. Ridge Racer 6 was released in 2005. It was released as a launch title for the Xbox 360, depending what nation you lived in, because in the UK it was meant to be a launch game, but it got delayed a few months and came out in, I think, early January. So the console, I think, came out, was it early December, middle of December, 12th, at that sort of time. So it was delayed like near enough a month. But yeah, it was still classed as a launch title. It features a total of 130 vehicles and 30 playable tracks, alongside a 14-person online multiplayer through Xbox Live. The game's soundtrack, released through Xbox Live by Super Sweep Records in 2009, titled Ridge Racer 6 Direct Audio. And the audio, it was a bit of a change from what I would call like a bit more, it was weird Japanese house garage sort of music, and then as the series went on, it all started to go more relaxing sort of music, but it's still really good, still good.
Oh, here comes some crazy matches.
This shouldn't be a problem. You're not going to get by without a fight. Woo! Glory!
Use it when your machine is near its top speed. This will allow your machine to go past its limits into new and uncharted territories. Okay, are you ready?
And then all it says on Wikipedia is Ridge Racer 7 2006 was released as a launch title for the PlayStation 3. That is all. Basically, from what I can gather,
See you at the finish line.
Ridge Racer 7
Sorry.
builds on the core of Ridge Racer 6, and it is practically a very similar game, but they've tweaked it a little bit. They've made it look a little bit nicer, made it look a bit sharper, add a bit more detail to things. You know, they've just had like that extra 6 months to a year development to tweak things and to make things look a little bit nicer.
You're gonna make somebody really mad.
And the last home console release that I can talk about is Ridge Racer Unbounded, which came out in 2012. This was released for the Xbox 360, the PlayStation 3 and Microsoft Windows. The game is a large departure from the series' core gameplay, instead focusing on vehicular combat, and it says on Wikipedia similar to the Burnout series. I wouldn't say Burnout series, I would say the Flat Out series, which is what Bugbear made before they got the license to make the Ridge Racer Unbounded game. So it is a very similar sort of game to that. So if you like Ridge Racer Unbounded, then you would love Flat Out. And yeah, Bugbear, they've made some brilliant games, but they're flipping hard, really hard. So that is a quick brief over the Ridge Racer series on home consoles. So hopefully you'll enjoy watching me play this Ridge Racer 6. So hopefully every Thursday, I think I'm going for, every Thursday we'll be going and playing Ridge Racer 6. So please leave comments, advice, because I am rubbish at games, but I do enjoy playing. So see you around. Please subscribe to the podcast, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, viewers on the website, oneupgaming.co.uk. Thank you all, and I'll be back soon.